that to go and replug it again, or else we lose it. Anyway, sorry about that, guys. We just switched over internet because every now and then we get a little technical hitch here and there, as we do in Spain, as in the other country. I think last night, people watched the show last night, and then suddenly Bedfordshire's internet went absolute AWOL in the UK. So hopefully we're all slowly going to come back on now, and we're there. Yes. Anyway, so guys, let me see. So we're talking about the solar eclipses, the eclipses which are coming up, and how they affect us, and what we're going to look out for, and what we're going to be mindful of here. Yes, we're back. Suddenly the internet just dropped over here, but luckily we've got more than one internet. Thank goodness for that. But yes, we're back on the line now. Anyway, so eclipses, very, very interesting times of energy. And now with these here, is it always wise to make a decision to do something on the eclipse, or would you say, just hold on to your horses and leave things for a little while? What do you think is the important thing there to do?
Well, the mind is made for doubting.
I love that. I love that. The mind is made for doubting. What a fabulous statement that is. I love that.
It's not made for taking decisions. Anybody who thinks otherwise is sorry, but that's not how it works. The mind is made for seeing different possibilities, different options, and so forth, but not for making choices.
Okay.
It's actually the heart that takes the choice, that makes the choices in our life. It's our gut feeling, our intuition,
Okay.
and it takes the choice in spite of what the mind might think. So it's really not about the mind, even though we're in the Sag-Gemini axis. That's where the eclipse is taking place.
Okay.
Yeah, but what I was saying before the internet dropped, which is kind of interesting because I was just talking about the frustration that, like, if you don't understand what's going on, you can fall into. Also, this eclipse is tied into Mars in a way. It makes there's a Venus start point, as Venus going retrograde, Venus start point, eclipse, and it's all going on in the same week. And then the moon in Virgo was aspecting Mars, and then I think it's going to aspect Mars again. I can't remember. Well, at some point, 15 degrees. No, well. Anyway, I can't remember what it was that I saw about Mars, but it's about this. Mars is in Neptune, and Neptune is all about it. You can't choose things with Neptune. Mars wants to go forward. I want to do this. I want to do that. And in Neptune, it's like it's not going to happen that way.
No.
It's more energy. I don't know if you remember from a couple of shows ago, or maybe the last week's show that I talked about summon the island and row. That's the kind of energy Mars is. It's all about intention.
Yes.
And now it's time to create with your intention, not to make decisions. That's ridiculous. Sorry, but that's ridiculous. It's not about making decisions. It's about creating with your intention. So we have a few months coming in which all we have to do is really work on developing that intention, but not the details of what you want. That's not necessary. You don't have to plan. Plan is a mind thing. We want to go to the heart. So we have to really feel what we want. So how do you want to feel in the future? Who do you want to be? It doesn't really matter the details about who you can imagine things that can pop into your mind, but it might not be definite, because then suddenly things switch around and turn a different way. For example, this morning I was having coffee with some friends, and one of them is a yoga teacher, and she was saying, I really want to use my big outdoor garden to give the classes, right? Because of the social distancing, it's necessary, but she wanted to do that anyway. So then she goes, yeah, what I would really want is one of these Balinese tents, made out of this canopies type thing, no? And she says, yeah, that's what I want. So then suddenly, and she thinks it, she feels it, and she lets it go, because it's like, yeah, I want that maybe someday. And then like a couple of days later, she talks with a friend, and she goes, and that friend goes, oh, by the way, she talks to a friend and says, I need something to cover the space up, to cover the garden up, to make a shade for the classes. And this friend of her goes, well, I got just I got this Balinese thing, this Balinese tent, and we can just swap. And it's like,
Fantastic.
how on earth could one imagine that that would happen? Well, this is what life's about, and this is what's going to happen all the time. You just
Yes.
have to do it from the right space, and the right space is within you, connected to your heart, connected to your essence, which is that feeling of who you really are, which is what are this eclipse with the moon in Sagittarius is inviting us to. Connect with your vision, with your essence, the moon. So from there, you can create Sun and Gemini, the life you want. And that's what
Yes.
this eclipse is about. And it's not about doing things in the world. It's not about moving. It's not about going anywhere. And I thought that was kind of curious because all the people that you gave me, there's a list of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people, I believe. All of them have the moon either in Aries or in Aquarius, which are like the 2 free signs of the
Yes.
horoscope. So
Yes.
it's like, yeah, I just love to see patterns. So
Yes.
there's a lot of patterns always in every session. And it's like, I want to be free. I want to be free. I want to do my thing. Well, guys, the way to be free is to connect with your heart, to do what you love, to do what is your passion.
Yes.
Being free is not working a 9 to 5 job in some crappy place that you don't like. Not that the place is crappy, but it's not your place, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely, absolutely. I think that's absolutely extraordinary. I think it's a very poignant thing, and this is sometimes I think it is a very much a theme of 2020 is to align with that lovely energy of working from your heart, setting your intention, rather than actually focusing on this is what I want, that's the goal, and that's it. That sort of stuff in 2020 isn't going to work. But I can totally understand what you're saying here, and this is what I'm feeling at the minute. If I just feel that I'm setting my intention to go in a particular direction, it feels right. It feels comfortable. It feels easier rather than actually trying to do something specific. So, and this is something we've got to get our heads round to the idea of coming from the heart and actually saying here, this is the direction, let everything else happen
yeah.
along its way. Yes.
Yeah. And I think it's very important that we drop this idea that life has to be difficult, you have to be resilient, you have to be tough, you have to work hard. Seriously, all those things, wrong way.
Yes.
Not good anymore.
Yes.
Not good anymore. If you go that way, you're going to have a hard time.
I think so too. It'd be a very difficult time, and I think you'll find it very challenging. And I think for a lot of people, their issues this year is that they know where they're at is not the right place, or they feel that their life has changed and it's not the right place. And actually trying to get to where they want to, they feel immensely frustrating because we're sometimes working in the old ways. We sort of work in the old Saturnian ways, the Capricorn ways of structuring, trying to build something for it to happen, rather than working from, which is a very different way altogether, is just letting go of control. And some people are like, whoa, what do you mean when you let go of control? What do you mean you're going to let go of control? People panic. They fear when they're thinking, but I've always got to be in control. Oh, no. Sometimes control is going to help you if we let it go a little bit. So I think here it's an immense time of change and energy. And it is interesting, guys, because this, sorry, yeah, oh, go on, I can see you on yes. Fire away.
So about control, like imagine this, okay? So imagine that you have this mindset that you believe that you have to control everything in your life. You have to control your bank account, your work, the people around you, your family. Control. Basically, what you're saying is that you're God, right? So for me, God's universe, I like to say, the universe is there. So if you think you're God, then God, what does God do? He goes like, okay, you want to play God? That's fine. I'll step out of the way. So God's not there to assist you or help you in any way. Whereas if you just accept that you have no control and you open you up vulnerably, which doesn't mean to be frail and victim. Being victim is not being vulnerable. Okay,
Yes.
They're two very different things. Being victim is I'm giving my power away to somebody else. Being vulnerable is I'm open and I don't know what's going to happen. That's being vulnerable. And you really don't know. So it's not really about becoming something that you're not. It's about realizing that you never were in control of anything. Anyway, when you think that you're not in control of everything, that you just say, okay, I want this, I like this, this is what I wish, this is what my heart wants, and then just let it happen. Just let it go. Don't control anything. what happens is that universe or God says, ooh, you're open. You want help? I'm going to help you, and I'm going to send you a lot of people that want to play with you and create the same thing that you want. And you're going to have fun.
It's so interesting you're saying this, because I've been having conversations with people over the past couple of weeks, but even though 2020 is all like this most of the way through, just talking about countries, just talking about where we'd like to go, how we'd like to be, and just the conversation of it is just, well, just let it happen. And it sometimes, even chatting to a lady yesterday, she said to me, if something's going to happen, just let it be. If it's going to happen, it'll be because it's going to happen. This is very much a tuning into the real spirituality of ourselves, because if we're really spiritual, we're going to turn around and say here, if we're setting our intentions out there, then if it's meant to be, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And all you have to do, it's not like sit in the sofa and don't do anything. No, you have to cultivate the garden.
Yes.
The garden is inside you.
Yes. Oh, I think totally. And it's bringing out that wonderment inside you here and saying, this is me, and opening up in a completely different way, rather than being calculating and controlled of the past here. It is interesting how we are changing here. Very, very interesting times. Okay, so let's...
I want to say something before. So I'm looking for a picture of mine, which I use. I put that picture on my cell phone. So it's every time I open my cell phone, I see it. And this is what I suggest you guys do, right? So it's to feel who you are when you feel at your best, who you are when you're happy, when you're elated, because we want to create life from that point, from that space, right? So, for example, I was with this friend this morning, and he said, no, I need a solid base, but I want to jump free. So I could feel that he would like to try different things, but he would like to feel a solid base. So I said, okay, look for a picture where you're standing on a rock and you're about to jump somewhere. Right? So he said, oh my God, a few days ago, I was just looking through my pictures, and you know how you do this like bungee jumping, but this time it's like from the roof of a cave. So you're hooked up to the roof of the cave, which is a rock, and you're safe, but you're upside down just swinging.
Oh, fantastic. I think that's more like abseiling, isn't it?
Exactly. So I said, put that picture on your phone. So this is my picture. So you see, guys, I fixed it up.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
Sorry. I fixed it up a little bit. So the idea is, like, this one's going to be in horizontal. So I'm just lying on some grass. I was with some friends who were cycling, and it was a beautiful, beautiful thick lawn, which doesn't exist here in Spain. This was in Denmark, and I just went like this. It's like, wow. At the end of the day, I was following them, aiding them driving a van, and then it was just such an enjoyment after seeing the scenery and looking at the cyclists and, being with them and everything. So for me, it's like joy, elation, and flowers and nature. And so that's what this picture means to me. That for me, this is my essence. It's fun, it's dynamic, it's flowery, it's joyful, it comes from the heart. So this picture represents that. So what I invite you to do is just that. Get a picture, or maybe spoof it up with some mobile app or something. We want that picture to represent what your essence is, who you are when you are at your best. How does that feel? So you always have that there. So now I think we have like 6 months to just cultivate that garden, to cultivate that vision of who you are in your essence. And from there, we're going to attract our future. Okay?
I get a sneaky feeling here that when we resonate in this energy, we end up with more than what we actually bargain for.
Yes. And it will be beyond your wildest dreams, which is why you don't need to control anything, because you can't imagine what the future is going to be like.
No.
It's just your little mind just can't wrap itself around it.
Yes.
So don't even bother.
No, don't even bother doing it. No, I totally agree with you. We think what we want and what we think is good for us, but that's probably a mental desire rather than opening up the heart to the universe and saying, okay, take me where I need to go. You've got your idea what you would like. And I think this is, even Jay Jones says this is so exciting to tune into the heart. And I think it is. I think it's a wonderful experience we do that. So this is a really important here. When you read some of the columns at the moment when they're talking about the eclipses, it's interesting because I saw here, well, basically what we got the sun at one end, we got the moon at the other, and in the middle is Mars and Neptune, very closely together, and forming what they call a T-square. So we've got 180 degrees with Mars at 90 degrees. And what we call the apex of this, the apex is Mars. Mars is like the seesaw mechanism of where this is going to go. And it's how you use that Mars, exactly as you're saying there, how you use that Mars in Pisces to bring up from you the desire or the heart of where you want to be. And Pisces is really intuitive, really gets deep down into the intuition, into the deep desire, what we really want, rather than what we think we need.
Yeah. It's like imagine you have a set of Lego blocks.
Yes.
Like the old-fashioned Lego blocks, and you're trying to build something up, and you don't have the clue, but around the corner, your parents are going to come with a new box of new Lego blocks that are much more versatile, much more varied, many colors. They can be mechanized, and you have never seen those blocks before, and so they're not in your mindset. So you can't even conceive building anything with those blocks because you haven't played with them yet. So this is where we're at. We're about to receive a new set of Lego blocks, brand new Lego blocks that are totally different from the ones before. No, so you can't plan it. You don't know what you're going to build with that.
I'm so excited. I used to love Lego. In fact, I'd love to have a go now. We could just build anything we like. It's still good fun, isn't it? Even when you're building Lego with younger people, younger guys, it's still so much fun. And it's almost like it when you're doing Lego, or you're doing art, or you're writing something, or you're creating something, or you're cooking something. Whatever it is that's creative. Imagine this, guys. You start off with an idea or an impression about what you would like, but what ends up is something even better. So if you think, I'm going to make a shepherd's pie, for example, and it ends up being the most amazing curry. Then you're thinking, but I want to do shepherd's pie, but everybody loves this because I accidentally put in this spice and this spice. It was labelled up wrong. I had too much wine, and then that got sprinkled in, and it ended up being like, wow! But your intention was to make a lovely meal. But what turned out was something awesome.
Exactly. So you got the new ingredients are coming in, and people are bringing them, but you don't know who they are, and you don't know what it is.
Yes.
So you just be open to receive those ingredients. So maybe you've got your next door neighbor who is from Bali, and he's there talking about Bali, and he's there bringing with a set of spices there for you to make that lovely shepherd pie and turn it into a beautiful curry, and you don't know.
Oh, fantastic. Liz, what is your Lego doing in the loft, for goodness sake? Come on now, get that Lego out of there. We've got to get it downstairs and start playing with it, start building things. We want images, we want to see what you're building.
And it's a nice idea because, what we have to do now is we have to accompany our intentions with symbolic movement.
Yes.
Because we don't have a clue. So if you want to build a new life, get your Lego out and start building stuff with it. Mm-hmm. That way your mind and your intention is going to go in that direction. Anything but just, if we stay put, it's going to feed our fears, and we don't want that, because Mars in Neptune, when it's resonating low with fears and everything, it's nasty. It's not nice. We don't want that.
Yeah. We don't want all that. Okay, how are we doing here? Oh, we're coming out to about 11:29 in Spain, which is about 10:30 in the UK. And good morning to you all. This is Catholic Clairvoyance. My name is Phil Griggs, and this is my good friend Guillemar. Guillemar is a professional. She's a psychologist and astrologer. We do a show on a Wednesday morning. It's always loads of people come on the line here, which is always lovely to see. And in this show, we talk about astrology, we talk about spirituality, we talk about what's going on out there. We want to help you guys get what you want. And it's opening up your heart. This year is about opening up your heart, especially this time it starts to come into one of the eclipses, because we can either use this, because I was saying earlier, some of the astrology programs, as you're saying here, this is love versus hate. Well, okay, and it's interesting here because I'll put earlier on out on LinkedIn, if you have the programs here, I'll put about being a dragon. Being a dragon. But there's two types of dragon. There's the one that goes and spits fire and spits steam everywhere and causes absolute chaos and havoc. Well, you could be that dragon, or you could be the other dragon that goes around and rescues people here and helps people. And is the brave dragon, So yes, maybe you know a few dragons in your life out there. I've got to be careful how I say that. I'll get in trouble.
Yeah. But if you connect with the first dragon, with the one that's blowing steam and creating havoc, that's hatred is an energy that is saying you need to create your own space.
Yes.
So
yes.
What you have to do is move, do something different. It's
get out of that zone. Get out of that zone. Create space. I totally agree with you. Anuj, if I pronounced that correctly, and Christina Alvarez. Thank you very much for joining the show. It's the first time you join the show here. We don't take information during the show. We take this pre to the show because we need to work out some details there, especially from your dates of birth to your numerology and a few other details there. But by all means, for the next astrology show, which is on next Wednesday, or on the spiritual show, so the Sunday spiritual show, that's absolutely fine then. But thank you for joining in. Watch the show, see what you think of it, let us know, and just join in. It'd be absolutely lovely to welcome you here. And let's have a look here. Sally Mardell says, oh, we got a purple heart. Purple heart, that's lovely. And we're going to come up to Wade very shortly. If only I should call Wade. But we're coming up to that time. I think we ought to reach out there and start answering some questions that people have there. And I think it's, we just alert everybody we're coming. I don't know what I'd do without these little buttons. I don't know what I'd do. These little sound effects, everything are fantastic. Okay, right. So thank you so much, everybody who's written in prior to the show the past few days or so. And we have loads of questions here from people. First one here is a nice chap called Wade. And he's in numerology, he's a 325. Which is very interesting, and his energy here, that the 5, very interesting, is about freedom. So working through your numerology through your date of birth gives you freedom. This is interesting here too, because this is a year, I think, here where we find our desire for freedom to know what it is that we want for ourselves. Now, in this year, we're opening up to the heart. It's also opening up here to loads of, I love the idea of the garden, to see what comes into the garden, because you never quite know what's coming. And this year will bring amazing opportunities if we work through the heart while we're working through the head and see where we're going. So I think it's terrific energy. Now, for your card here, interesting card here, we've got the Hierophant card here. It doesn't come up very well on this camera, but it will do soon. Hierophant card here, and it's a very powerful card because it either represents new business, new homes, new starts in life here, and for you it really is a new start that I would say is coming into your life here. You're in a personal year 4, so it is about finding your structure, about finding your base, and about finding, hey, I need to find something that's more solid for me to work from for the next few years in front of us. And your question here is, should Wade take the first teaching job offered to him or wait for something better? Wait for something better here. Okay, well, the interesting thing here is this year I think will pronounce to you or be available to you some of the most amazing opportunities that your heart may have been looking for. I think it may be pleasantly surprised. What I would be careful of here is not to jump at things too quickly, and maybe just see what tickles in, what comes into your garden. I love this analogy this metaphor, should I say. This metaphor we're coming through here, but it's amazing. Okay, and right, so let's keep Wade just there. Good. Right, okay, so over to the astrology. What's going on over there, stars? Okay, what should Wade do? What do you think?
Okay, hi Wade. Wade is a Capricorn, so I think it's very interesting that you got the Hierophant, which is very much related to the Capricorn energy. It's that kind of, mental structures, old. What are the mental structures that are governing us? Where are we doing things from? In your chart, you've got Pluto, which is a transformer with your North Node in Sagittarius, which is like the direction you're going to. Also, it's at 1 degree in Sag, so that means that there will be interesting events unfolding by the end of this North Node in Gemini period, which is like 2 years from now, more or less. So that there will be changes then. But your chart's all about doing things differently. It's about changing. You've got Moon in Aries, Lilith is in Aries, and it's with Mars, and it's with Uranus. So it's about doing things differently. North Node in Sag is about connecting to your intuition. So more than which job should I take is, I would say, is the more different the job is than the classical I don't know, teaching structure you've been used to, the better. Because if you go into the old structures, I mean, sooner or later, you'll figure out that that's not for you, because you have to like break those structures down. And obviously you'll have some sort of experience with that you need to be able to create something new or be able to lead something different and something new. So it really doesn't matter. If you choose the wrong thing, you're going to get more experiences. And if you choose the right thing, in the end of the day, we don't choose. We choose to see things from a more conscious perspective or not, but we don't choose. It's our heart that guides us. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. Very, very interesting. Very interesting. I think here that you've also gone for the colour blue. And the blue it's interesting here because I get the feeling here, Wade, that wisely you're being a little on the cautious side and open to the ideas of, well, what is it I want here? So as much as a first teacher job could come to you, let's have a look through the tarot here and see what they're coming in and saying. And see what's popping up here. 3 piles of cards. I'm going to go for the right. I'm going to go for the right and see what comes up here. Okie dokie. Right, because it's the right way to go.
This is a bit like Neo in Matrix when he's offered the blue pill and the red pill. But this time the pills is like doing things the traditional way or doing things differently. It's like that kind of choice, right? Yeah.
I think so too. Now, you're going to get presented here with a fantastic job in front of you. However, you're going to get offered a job that the money looks good. But something's going to be ringing in your ears. Something's going to ring in your ears, almost saying to you, be cautious, because it looks good. Looks good here. Yes. Now this is interesting. Wade, would you understand that you're thinking about doing something more for yourself? Like something in your spirit and your consciousness is just saying here, hey, I want to work for me. I want to work the way I want to work. Your 325 in numerology is very, very interesting, and that is about your independence, doing your own thing. Maybe the system itself, teaching itself for you is changing. Maybe it's more about coaching. Maybe it's more about integrating with people in different ways, bringing out their goldenness, their amazingness through different ways. And I think you could be a bit of a leader through this and a bit of a pioneer, if I call it this way, just by integrating your own magic in this, which would be amazing.
Yeah, and also he's got like a Neptune, Mars, Uranus tight conjunction.
Ooh.
Neptune and Mars are at the same degree, and Uranus is 1 degree apart. So Neptune, Uranus is a sign of genius. And with Mars, you can create, I was saying before, Mars is in Pisces, which is ruled by Neptune. So Mars, Neptune, and it's in Capricorn. So you can intend whatever it is you want. You can intend the future you want. You just have to connect to your heart and really feel it. Like, don't choose anything with mold on it.
Yes, mold on it. I like that. Mold. Thank you very, very much. Hopefully, Wade, that's helped you out there. Well, I do love your expressions. There. Right, okay. Anyway, this is, okay. Good morning, Amanda from Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania. My goodness, this must be early for you because we're 11 well, we're, you're something around 6, 7 o'clock in the morning, I imagine. So this is just for you, just to wake you, introduce you to the day. hope you like that, Amanda. I hope you like that. But welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Anyway, okay, Amanda, you sent in your birth details there. It's very, very kind of you. Unfortunately, we need these details before the show starts because we get so many people requesting information that to do it live on air, we need to work out the astrology charts, we need to work out numerology charts, and do the spiritual stuff. So if you would like to inform us beforehand, that would be magic. That would be great. Okay, right. Let's go and say hello to a very nice lady. Thank you very much. I will like this. This is hilarious. Hilarious. Thank you. I'm used to that. I have many chickens. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. Okay, right. She wants to tell about herself. Yeah, we'd love to do that. We'd do that on the next show, coming out through next Wednesday or Sunday evening UK time. All the details there on the show. Anyway, in the meantime, let's come back and let's have a little chat with. I'm just looking through the screw here. It's going to pop back up in a minute. And where is she? No, it's just coming. Ah, there you are, Jay. Jay says you're back. Well, yes, there's only one on the show here. Anyway, Jay, she got the colour blue. She is a 213 in numerology, which is interesting because the 2 is about always I want to try and find balance in the universe, in life, with people and everything like this. But there's the other energy as well with this, which I think is works remarkably well. Is you also got a 1 here. The 1 is about, hey, hang on a minute. Yes, I do partnerships, but I also need to be in my own power. I need to be in my own strength, and working for yourself and working with people is a great idea because that then comes up to a 3. And but her question here is, and the energy of the 3 is very light, very zingy, very off out there. And her question is, when am I moving? When am I moving? There's a double question here as well, and she says more about her love life, romantic life here. Well, the thing I would say here about your chart moment, and also picking up around you psychically and spiritually. Let's just have a look here. Look here, spiritually and psychically, because the spectacle makers don't make glasses for mediums, because working with glasses sometimes you get a bit blocked. But when I take the glasses off, oh yes, there they are. There they are. I can start to see them anyway. So Jay, working with you on a immediate level here, and first of all, working with your love life, I would say here that would you understand if I say to you, this sounds very naughty, but it sounds here, just play. Just enjoy company. Just be. Because if you go for anything serious just yet, it's like, whoa, you'll jump in, you'll jump out. It's like jumping into a bath and want to jump back out again. You'll like it and you won't. You go, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you. It just says time. Time is in its essence, is its sequence here. So I'm just hearing here for the spirit world, from especially a lovely lady who's just come through for the spirit world. Would you understand a lovely lady called Diane? Diane, because I'm just hearing her name. She's got brown hair. I'm not too sure if she's connected to your family, but she just wants to come through. And she says to be all in very good time around you, in front of you. But she says to be here that she adores you, loves you, what you're doing. She just says here, time. Time is the big thing around you. For love life, I would say not yet, but fun, enjoyable, talking, chatting, engaging. Yes. Yes. And regarding moving, heart energy really resonates with me here. Put it out there. This is what you're doing, where you're going, and see what comes back to you. Sometimes we feel this particular time has made us feel quite desperate. Things have got to change, have got to happen. Oh my God, my life's upturned. No, it hasn't. We just need to okay, change is coming. And I like this. This is going to be good for me. How would it be if we could just see the vision of, and just use this metaphor of a beautiful garden and just allowing to see how things move. We know our alignment. We know we're going, yes, moving, we're going to happen. Regarding when it's going to happen, I would say a little bit later on, but it's coming. A little bit later on. You're doing all the right things to get there. So this is hopefully very helpful to you so far. But let's go over there to the other side of astrology. Let's talk about the Capricorn lady. Capricorn lady called Guillemar. She has Scorpio rising. And what an amazing astrologer she is. So far away.
So hi, Jay. Jay has a T-square with Sun, Uranus, and Moon Chiron.
Woo!
The Sun is in the apex.
Okay.
but she's a Cancer. So it's like the sun wants to be at home, secure, and Cancer this year's issue has a lot to do with just observe where you're being codependent because you're too attached to others, and that's not even what your chart wants, because your Sun, Uranus, Moon, Chiron wants to be freer. So, and there's a South Node in Cancer too.
Okay.
So it's all about letting go of all those old family ties or familiar ties or of the familiar things, and about breaking loose, breaking free. So then you might have this feeling that you want to move and you want to be free and all that, but you're not. The important thing is to work that freedom from within, because otherwise the combination Sun and Moon with Uranus loves change but doesn't like to change.
Yes.
So you can't change outside and not change inside.
Yes, yes, it's the inside bit. The inside bit, I really pick up what is the change coming ahead, and I think, and this sense here is, which is the period I think you're going through at the moment there, Jay, is to experience this change going on within the inside, and then the inside transforms the outside around you. But we're still going through this process of change, and it's a lovely change. Enjoy this change, because all it's going to do is get better.
Yeah, yeah. And start by taking care of your body. It's like sometimes we expect or we don't know how to manage our emotions, and we just go and just vomit them over to other people and tell other people, okay, oh, listen, look at what happened to me. I'm frustrated, I'm angry, and blah, 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 and you're just vomiting your emotions away. And you're not being in you. Yeah. Every time you tell somebody else what's inside you because you can't hold it, it means that you don't know how to be in you. And that's the first place where you have to inhabit yourself. To do that, you start by taking care of your body and like going for a walk or doing some sport, even if it's anything mild, feeding yourself with healthy food, maybe going vegan or whatever, but just taking care of you. So that's before anything else.
Yes. Okay, yeah, I agree. I think it's really getting into self here, and I think this self-development, Jay, I think it's acknowledging in ourselves here that I think here there is such a big energy and a big heart about you that I think that it will even surprise yourself just what you discover with yourself within your garden, if we put it like that. Yes. Oh, I really do. It feels lovely. Absolutely lovely. Right. Okay. Anyway, let's have a little look here about moving. When am I moving, and see what this ties in with love life as well. So let's have a little look. Right. Right. Okay. I'm going to go for the middle pile. I'll go for the middle ones and see what they bring up here. Right. Okay. Ooh. Right. Okay. Set that intention. That's all you have to do. Set that intention. You've got such powerful cards. You're moving, all right. You've got the chariot card here. You're definitely moving. It's all there. It's all there for you. It's how this process works for you, and just let it. Sometimes here, the greatest plans are the ones here. Yes, we set intention, but we just lets the energy flow. Like it's flowing down the river and it's just going nicely, and it's a beautiful, beautiful energy. You've also got a star card. You've also got the high priestess. Woohoo! You're knowing what to do. Basically, you're knowing what to do yourself, and the process will come to you. So that's lovely, lovely. Right, good.
And Phil, Jay also has a Neptune Mars in her chart in the trine, and that Mars is with Mercury in Leo. So a way you can connect to your intentions is via your creativity.
I think you're very creative, Jay. Very, very, very creative. Right, I think now we need to go to Susan K. Susan K, let's go and have a look for her. Just coming back just before we do this is just to say, Amanda, thank you very much for your comments here. Really picking these up. Yep. Don't know if it's my favourite colour pick, and I guess my question would be why am I or feel so connected to the stars? We would love to work that through with you. We can't do it on today's show because we've got so many other people written in beforehand, but lovely to meet you. Don't think we're not going to do anything for you, but we will do. Right, okay, let's have a look. Here we are. Susan K, good morning to you. Good morning to you. And I think you're in Spain, aren't you? So, colour pink, very nice energy here. Very nice energy here. And she just wants a general reading. Okay, now if I tuning into the colour pink with colour therapy on this here, where are we going? One, I would say there's a lot of protection around you. Two, this is interesting. I would like to say this to you, and this is, love is an interesting thing, a very interesting thing, and this is what I'd like to say to you and how I'd like to say it to you, is that I feel that sometimes people tell us that they want us, they love us, and they think that this is fantastic, and that sometimes because they've told us that they love us and we're fantastic and they're doing nice things for us, it must mean, I'm in love. I'm in love, or I love as well. I would say to you here, your pink is a lovely romantic colour. However, how are you feeling with this? How are you feeling? Because it's about you. It's not about, it's lovely that other people tell you that they think that you're adorable, you're lovely, and this is great. But what is it you want? What is it this pinkness, this lovely heart, this light in your heart? Is this, are you feeling the attraction of what you want, or is it because you're resonating to what other people want? It's good to be in yourself feeling with this here. It's nice that people give us attention, and it's nice that people help us out in this particular way, but I really feel this light within you is a very big thing. Your card is the Hermit, and the Hermit here really is going within. And sometimes here we think of the Hermit as like, oh, that's it, I'm underground, I'm not doing anything, I'm hidden in a cave and nothing's happening. No, you're following a beautiful light. The beautiful light is that lovely pinkness which is in your heart. And although she just wants a general reading, I really pick up here on the emotion of the pink and the protection and the feeling of just being, I can be me and just go and do what I want to go and do and be how I want to be, and it's only me I need to look at. And I really think that's true. I think it's a lovely energy for you. So I'd say here for the next few months in front of you, especially with the pink, how are you feeling? What is it you want? Here? Because sometimes I get the feeling there's a bit of confusion. But looking at yourself, I think that's where you're going. There's a little diamond in your heart, which is surrounded by the pink colour. But other people are very attracted to this because they think, oh, this is what they want. But what is it you want? That's the big thing. Let's go that way to the astrology, that way over there. Let's see what Guillermo, what would you like to say here?
So Susan has, she's a Leo, and the North Node is also on Leo. That helps. But that Sun is making a duetto with Mars. So Sun and Mars are on their own, kind of separate from everything else. When you have a duetto, it's like, or an aspected planet, it's like you can't do much with it. It's like it works on its own, and it's in a sextile. So a sextile being a harmonious aspect, it works on their own, and you can't really position yourself on one side or the other, which basically means a Sun Mars is somebody who's very feisty, who's very, I want this, and just goes for what they want. And if I don't get it, then I get frustrated, and I'm a Leo, and it's go, and there's a lot of frustration in Leo, you know.
I love a dramatics. I love a dramatics. We could make a soap out of this.
So when that happens, basically it's because you're trying to force the situation, and it's not about forcing the situation. North Node and Leo invites you to be like a teacher at a kindergarten. You're there, and everybody's just whirling around you and doing whatever you want. So own your leadership ability. Own your ability to just say, okay, I want this, let's do that, and just be more, as supposed to like lighter with it. Just go for it, And Moon is in Aquarius, which Aquarius Moon loves to also to lead people and to feel more like less how do you say this, attachment in your relationships. Be freer in your relationships, not so dependent. You've got other aspects which make you kind of dependent in relationships, but that's not going to work well for you. If you try to relate to people from your neediness, it's not going to be good at all, because you're just going to feel frustrated all the time. Whereas if you relate to people from that lightness, from that heart energy, from that Leo energy, then it's really going to flow. You're just going to relate from the best of you to the best of others. So keep that in mind.
I totally agree with you, and I think when you talk about that Aquarian moon as well, it's the revolutionary side of this. They're looking for something or something which is so wacky, so out there, so different, rather than being. I agree. We've got to be very careful about the need side or dependency side, as you say. I think it's a very very good point. Okay, let's have a little look here. Oh, we've got now. It's very very. This is very interesting around you. Because your cards had come through first of all, and they really are relating this little bit to do with the heart. And I think here too with this is that there's an energy about this, because you've got a heart card here, very strong heart card. And your energy is also coming through to say that if you focus just emotion and relationships just at the moment, you'll jump back out of this. You'll jump back out of this because you're coming into a very fortunate time yourself when you're working on yourself. So something important's coming up for you, which I think will be amazing. However, I recognise here that sometimes we just need to keep people in their right place and just work yourself. Remember, it's not about being needy. It's about finding something which is like, wow, something that's wow, really resonates, and just say, this is so wacky, so bizarre, so amazing. And everyone else looks at you and just thinks here, what a life. What a life with a relationship. But at the moment, the relationship with yourself can be so beautiful. So beautiful. And I think that's a lovely thing to look at here. Right, let's go and have a look at where we're popping off to now. We're now going to pop off to, as we like popping off here and there. And over. We've got Sandra. This is a really interesting one. I love this one. Well, we love all of them, but I just love the story behind this one. This is Sandra. She's a 358. 358. In fact, I'm just going to look for Sandra. There she is. Right, Sandra. Now, Sandra's a very interesting lady. She's a 358. Love the energy of the 358. That's very. I can be me, and not necessarily super stubborn, but the force of power through here can be enormous. I think it could be incredible. And right, let's have a look here. And she's got the colour green, which is also about new beginnings. It's also about healing. It's also about the heart chakra. It's also about understanding that sometimes things need to grow, but they grow from a different place. Grow in different places. So sometimes from the heart, but it's also it's stepping out of the old and stepping into something new. And you're creative. You're a personal year 3, which makes this a very creative year. And your question here is am I on the right path by writing a book? All kinds of feelings and emotions being stirred up. Do you know what I'd say? Fantastic. Fantastic. Because these emotions that are being stirred up here is brilliant. That's what you want. You want this because whatever it's bringing up is stuff you want and stuff you don't want. Stuff you don't want, it's goodbye. Stuff you do want, yippee. Yes, build on this here. You're 8. You're on a very. Your card here is a strength card, and this is enormous power with you. And I think you're going to be on a mighty path of goodness here. I can see you itching over there. You're dying to jump in, but I haven't finished yet, Guillemard. I can see you over there go but. It's hilarious. Anyway, so this is what I want to say here to you. I'd say here that Sandra, you've got enormous potential here, and I would say here, yes, very creative. The 8 makes you a powerhouse. It's using that here and just seeing here what you're capable of. Don't be scared of it. Don't be scared of it. It's bring out emotions, because it's turn those emotions into power, into strength where you're going to, because sometimes a change doesn't always fit easy here. But let's go and pop over to Guillemard and see what she wants to say.
Yeah. Well, basically the same thing. It's very similar. The 2 Leos in a row. No? It's all about expressing who you are, being creative, being your true self, doing what you want, and just connecting with a true sense of freedom within you. They're very similar.
Yes, I think it is too. I think the energy there to come through there is just awesome, and I think it's a lovely, lovely energy that you've got there. Terrific energy. Right, okay, so Sandra, let's do the cards on this as well here for you, because I think this is a wonderful time has changed. And although we're in these retrogrades, although we're in these energies which seems to be like, oh, this is just pulling us down, it's not necessarily. It's putting us into a place of we go within ourselves to bring out the energy we're looking for. And sometimes that's a harmony in itself. That's a resonating in itself here. Right, okay. Ellie says, lovely show. Thank you very much. Ellie, well, you're just lovely yourself. And, right, okay. Just looking at those cards there. Where are we going here? Righty. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I think here, your energy is fantastic on this. Just do it. You're going to come to the ending point. I know sometimes when we go through these periods of writers, not necessarily writer's block, but I think here you're just going to process this emotion. Find the power in this. Don't look for the negative of this. Think, oh God, this is pulling me down. Find the power in this, and then you're going to really, really, really do well. I think you'll come out to yourself and just realise just how awesome you are, and that energy is amazing. Yes, okay. Right, how are we all doing out there, folks? So, lovely morning down here in Spain. Lovely to see you guys out here. Very, very sunny day. And, right. So, guys, just to round this up, because we're coming up to midday, just to round this up, we've got the eclipses here. If you were to, I'll say my bit about the eclipses, if you like to just give a bit of terminology here to help people, then we can turn around and do that. But I think here, regarding the emotions of this particular eclipse coming up, so there's two of them, well, there's three of them this season, aren't there? There's three eclipses here, so that's going to be interesting. Regarding all this coming up here, how would you determine the eclipses yourself if you wanted this particular eclipse to help people through it? What would you say would be the magic to look for, or the path?
Well, basically just start creating your dream vision, connect with your dream vision and cultivate that.
I think very much too. I think here that what we've got to be careful of is if we don't create something and we just let time go by, we can become very lazy. Be careful of laziness. We don't want to get into that energy of laziness. What we do want to get into is create this time of opportunity, because otherwise the energy could be very powerful, but it's just like it drains because we're not doing anything with it. It's almost like you're being given a big engine, but if you're not doing anything with it, it's just going to just sit there and do nothing. So get creative, get doing things. So all you guys out there, all you guys had lovely questions here. Whatever it is, just start creating. I think you'll have a fantastic time. Lovely to see so many lovely new people coming on the show as well. Just looking into here, we've got Chris. Chris who wanted to come here. Chris who wanted to pop in. It's from Jersey, Channel Islands. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you there. And wish you a lovely day. But we come to the end of the show, unfortunately for today. But back again on Sunday. Big shout out to Helen Davies and Spread Some Sunshine. Find her Sunshine group. Spread Some Sunshine Facebook group, and Helping Villages in Sri Lanka. Also, we're on Sunday, which is going to be, your camera's got a bit funny this morning. I look like I'm half here, half not. Is the light got a bit funny, because I'm going to adjust that. Yeah. But anyway, love to see you guys, and we're going to see you on Sunday evening. But from me, big heart. Heart. Burger. Heart. Burger, heart. We're both the same. But thank you. Guillermo, thank you so much for coming on the show. Guys, and thank you so much, everybody, for your lovely news there, your lovely letters. And guys, if you'd like a reading on Sunday, before the show starts, and I mean, don't do it half an hour before the show, an hour before the show, because we're getting everything ready. But send in your questions on Facebook Messenger, on the Cafe Clairvoyance page, or on the group. Join the group, answer the security questions on the page, guys, because otherwise you're not going to get in it, because we don't want people in it who are just being pushed into it by friends and things like this. You want to come into the group, answer the security questions, because they're just to say here, yes, you're part of a lovely spiritual tribe, as we are here, and they're just lovely to see you there. But in the meantime, from me and from Guillermo, have a lovely day.
Have a lovely day. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Take care and see you soon.
Hello.
Hello, look at my blinking face. It's got awful. I'm going to switch on, switch the green screen off. That's it, that's better. How's that?
I could see through your face.
I know, it wasn't looking particularly good at that time. I was thinking, oh my God, people are thinking here, he's an AI machine. He's not real. Everyone's thinking, I'm something out of Tron.
What do you have in front of you? Is it like a window?
Yeah.
Do you have does it have shades on it?
Yes, I'm going to have to drop the whole screen, I think, here. Just have a look. If I just to drop that.
Let me see what it looks like.
Too much light.
That might be better if I were to then put the...
Because it
was even worse.
Afterwards.
Yeah, I think what's going to help with this here is when the next camera comes in, it'll be a 1080p camera. This camera isn't strong enough on the system here, so I'll have to be careful on Wednesday mornings, probably to drop the green screen and just use a normal camera with the reflection going on behind me. But for part of the show, it's okay.
Yeah, but right now, for example, the contrast on your forehead is okay. It's not so strong. So then I don't think there would be a problem with that.
Yeah.
So you would just have to drop the window screen.
Yeah.
You don't have such a strong contrast.
Yes. Thank you so much. Anyway, how are you apart from all that?
Good, good. I get a bit confused between Susan and Sandra because they almost have, it's like the 14th of the 8th and the 9th of the 8th, but of different years.
Wow.
So
Well, I didn't notice that, but that's well done, though. Fantastic. I think it's a lovely morning, and we got a good chat across there. And I think it's nice just to talk about the eclipses and how to handle it. And I think people enjoyed it. So lovely.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I got